Today I was reflecting on the allopathic medicines that were launched around 1994-95 and found part of medicinal chemistry syllabus during my master's degree. At that time, many of these molecules were presented as revolutionary that would transform modern medicines forever. Yet, nearly 3 decades later, many of those once promising drugs are rarely used today. Some have been replaced by newer molecules. Many drugs that were once celebrated as medical breakthroughs eventually lose their effectiveness, forcing an endless race to develop newer molecules. This growing problem of drug resistance remains one of the most significant limitations of modern medicine. In contrast, formulations described thousands of years ago in the Charak Sahita, Shushruta Sahita, Astang Hirdayam, etc., continue to remain relevant are still being used today. This naturally raises an important question. How does a system remain relevant for thousands of years while many so called revolutionary molecules struggle to remain relevant even for a few decades? Perhaps the answer lies in Ayurveda's fundamental concept of tridosha, Vata, Pitta, and Kapha, a theory that many critics mock as primitive, outdated, and unscientific. But before dismissing any knowledge system, one should first understand it. Ayurveda teaches that every individual possesses a unique prakriti determined by the relative predominance of Vata, Pitta, Kapha. Differences in body structure, metabolism, disease susceptibility, and response to medicines are understood through these constitutional differences. Unlike the conventional tendency to view diseases merely as an external enemy, Ayurveda considers illness to be the result of internal imbalance. According to Ayurveda, diseases arise from imbalance of Vata, Pitta, and Kapha, impaired Agni, the body's digestive and metabolic capacity, and diminished Ojas, which represents vitality and resistance. Therefore, the objective of treatment is not merely to suppress symptoms but to resolve, balance, and strengthen the body's inherent healing capacity. When the host becomes stronger, disease naturally becomes weaker. In a sense, Ayurveda has practiced personalized medicine for thousands of years. Interestingly, modern medicine itself is gradually moving away from the one size fits all approach. Concepts such as precision medicine, personalized medicine, pharmacogenomics, and genomic medicines are gaining increasing importance. Scientists now recognize that individuals respond differently to the same disease and even to the same medicine because of biological and genetic differences. Fascinatingly, modern science is finally catching up. Very fascinating work has been carried out by the scientists at CSIR CCMB, Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, Center for Cellular and Molecular Biology, Hyderabad, under the emerging field of Ayurgenomics. They have investigated Ayurvedic Prakriti through modern genomics and reported associations between genetic patterns and constitutional types. While this doesn't prove Ayurveda in its entirety, it certainly suggests that the Tridosha based concept of individuality deserves a serious scientific study rather than mockery. Scientists now have started recognizing that individuals respond differently to the same disease and the same medicine because of biological and genetic difference. In other words, modern medicine is increasingly acknowledging a principle that Ayurveda has emphasized for millennia, that treatment should be tailored to the individual, not merely to the disease. Now, I am eagerly waiting for the day when these modern medicine advocates will be as humble as the renowned physicist Dr. Mr. Hans Peter Durr, a renowned German quantum physicist, who stated that his scientific findings on the non-dual and interconnected nature of reality were essentially a modern mathematical echo of insights of documented in the Vedas thousands of years ago. Thank you.